What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and here's my next episode of Joe Winko Talk. So, before I get to what I'm going to be talking about, I just need to say this first, because I meant to say it in my last episode of Joe Winko Talk, but I forgot to. Shout out to SP Channel for posting an article about himself on my wiki site. Yeah, he was allowed to do that because he guest starred on one of my live stream episodes. So he did that, and thank you for that, SP Channel. And thank you for updating my Rising Dead wiki site too. Forgot to mention that. Thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it. And also, shout out to Terry Cheryl 95 for posting articles on my wiki site. Let me make sure I got your username right. I'm sorry. Let me just double check. Yep, Terry Cheryl 95. I got it. Alright, so shout out to Terry Cheryl 95 and SP Channel for posting articles on my wiki site. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And the articles that Terry Cheryl posted on my wiki site was one about Harlequin, the woman I talked about in People's Court, Agatha from Slice and Stab, and Tara the android, the scary robot lady who I talked about in my summer 2015 episode of Joe Winko Talk. So thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. So, now, here's what I'm going to be talking about in this episode of Joe Winko Talk. I'm pretty sure everyone gets them. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video has had dreams before. And I had some pretty crazy dreams myself. The one I'm going to be talking about in this episode of Joe Winko Talk is pretty crazy. What I love about... I always thought dreams were really interesting, and they're really weird. Because, you can dream up I can dream up the weirdest stuff ever. And, the strangest stuff happens in my dream. While it's all going on, I don't know why, but my mind isn't smart enough at that moment when I'm in my dream state. Not smart enough to notice, oh, this must be a dream, it's not real. Sometimes I do notice that, but a lot of times I don't. And this dream in particular, I didn't notice that, and I kind of wish I did. Well, no, because it wouldn't have been as funny if I would have. Because this dream really isn't that funny. I mean, it's funny that it didn't happen in real life, but if it would have happened in real life, it would have not been funny at all. But this dream is, this is a dream I have never forgotten. And I like this dream most of all because I have an explanation for it and why I had it too. And I'm going to get to that right now. But before I do, here's some background info. Now, as you all know, I went to an alternative high school. I started there in 2011 at my last half of my freshman year. And then I graduated high school in 2014. So, my alternative school, it wasn't a normal high school at all. It was all like a colonial style school, kind of. That's kind of how it was set up, like a colonial style school. It wasn't one room. There were multiple rooms, but there were a couple of desks that we sit at. And we would all be working at our own pace, just filling out worksheets. A teacher would be there to help us if we needed help with anything. And it was awesome. I liked it. I liked it a lot, really. Even though I didn't really have a social life there at all. Well, I didn't have a social life there, but no one had a social life there because all the kids at my alternative school, they all kind of had issues. I mean, we would talk to each other while we're at school every now and then, but we wouldn't make any, friendship connections at all. And we were only in school for 3 hours a day. There was a morning and afternoon session. I was in the afternoon session, and this is what happened. All the teachers at my alternative school were really nice, and there was one teacher, well, she wasn't a teacher, she was a vice principal. Her name was Carrie Mellon, and she wasn't really that popular. A lot of kids thought she was mean, and a lot of kids talked about how mean and strict she was. Yeah, she was strict, but, she had to be strict, though, at that school. well, none of the kids at school were bad, but I think she just felt like she had to be strict because she was a vice principal, even though there weren't really many bad kids at that school. But she was strict, and she was stern, but she was always nice to me because I always had good behavior during school and everything. But one night, this is where it gets weird, because I always wondered why no one liked her at all. One night I had a dream that I was walking down the school hallway. It was a normal high school hallway with lockers and everything. Nothing like my alternative school, my alternative high school, because that's not how the hallways were. Walking down the lockers, and I recognized her voice, and she sounded really angry, and it was coming from one of the classrooms. And I heard her going like, and this is what I remember her saying. I heard her saying, "I don't care! I'm angry and I feel like throwing things!" And then I heard another voice trying to talk to her, and they said, "No, Carrie, please don't throw, no, Carrie Mellon, please don't throw everything," because that's what we always called her. We called her Carrie Mellon. That was her real name. I think Mellon was her last name, yeah. We always called her by her first name and last name. And then they said, "No, Carrie Mellon, please don't throw anything." Then I hear her snare something in a dynamic voice in tongues. And then all of a sudden, all these kids start running out of the classroom that she was in. The teacher and all the kids start running out of the classroom, and I was like, "What's going on?" I look inside the classroom, and she is pissed off, and she's like blood red angry. Here's a picture of her. This is what she looked like. I made her in The Sims 2. Let me show that to you right now. Okay, so that's what she looks like. I made her in The Sims 2. The hairstyle, the glasses. The face is a little off, but she did have those small, dark black or dark brown eyes. That's what she looked like. So, and she's like a little petite woman, too. She's not tall or anything or strong. But this was so weird because she was so pissed off and so angry. And the teacher who was trying to calm her down was backed up in a corner on the opposite side of the room when I looked into the classroom. And then Carrie Mellon, she grabs a whole desk, like a whole teacher's desk. She picks it up over her head like this, and she throws it across the classroom, and then it hits the teacher, and it kills the teacher, and blood starts squirting everywhere, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" And I ran out of there as fast as possible, and I was in the school hallway, and I was trying to look for a way to get out and escape, because I was really freaked out, and then I just hear all the other students screaming, and they're all running away from her, and she's going from door to door through the hallway, and she starts destroying everything. And she was stomping all through the hallways, across the door to each classroom. And with each classroom she goes in, I hear stuff breaking. She's ripping lockers off the walls and throwing them across the hallway at people. And she's screaming, and everyone's running away from her. And she's not screaming, but she was like hollering in anger, and she was stomping across the hallway like this. This is exactly the position she was stomping in. Okay, I feel kind of embarrassed doing this, but let me show you. Okay. She was stomping like this, with her knees up, like that, like an angry person, and this is how she was posed. She wasn't on her knees, but I have to show you the full pose. She had her arms like this, and she was bent back, and she had her head up, and she was really pissed off and angry, and she was like hollering out in rage while she was stomping across the room. She was like, how am I going to do this? Okay, hold on. There's not enough room, and I don't have enough space in my room. Hold on, let me just move this here. This is how she was doing it. She was in this position, and she was like this. Ah! Like that, and she was stomping across the hallway, ripping stuff off the walls, throwing desks at people. She body slammed one girl, and I was just like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? And she's like hollering out in anger, and her face is like blood red, and tears are dripping down her eyes because she's so pissed off and angry. And I was freaked out and really scared. And then I woke up the next morning, and then I was like, what just happened? Then I realized it was all just a dream, and I was like, why the hell did I dream of that? And then I just remember, like, when I woke up, I didn't, like, shoot up out of bed, like, it wasn't like that. I had my head on my pillow, and then I just opened my eyes, and I was like, what the hell and then I thought, why the hell did I dream that? That was all a dream? And I said, that was my vice principal. That was my vice principal, Carrie Mellon. And then I started laughing, and I just remember my gut churning up because I kept laughing, and I was cracking up laughing, and I could not stop laughing, and I was like, okay, please stop laughing because my lungs are starting to hurt, and I felt like my lungs were going to explode or implode because I kept laughing so much. Eventually I stopped laughing, and I woke up. It was 9 a.m., not time for me to go to school yet. But then at noon, I got ready and I went to school. And then I forgot about the dream and I just brushed it off. But then we were playing this card game in one of my classes because the teacher wanted us to make friends with each other. Not the teacher I had in this dream, but our teacher we were having for that class wanted us all to talk to each other and make friends with each other. So like the game was, it was like a board game. You pick up a card and there's a question on it, and you have to answer the question and talk about it. So it was my turn. I picked up the card, and the question is, tell everyone a dream you recently had. And I was like, a dream I recently had? Then I thought of this, and this literally happened on the same day I had that dream, right after I woke up on the same exact day, and I just started cracking up laughing, and everyone stared at me, and when I read the card, name one dream you had, and then I said, I didn't say the teacher's name, because I thought everyone would get mad at me if I did. So I just told her, I had a dream. I told everyone, I had a dream that one of the teachers here flipped out and threw a fit and started destroying everything and had a temper tantrum. And she was so pissed off at everyone. And she was stomping across the hallways like this. Ah! Like that. And throwing stuff and picking up desks and throwing them at people and body slamming people. It was hilarious. And then everyone was like, oh God, really? And they said, oh, really? And then a whole bunch of people, the kids started laughing, the kids in my class, and there was this little blonde girl who wore glasses. She started laughing too, and then she goes like, you know I'm gonna keep bugging you until you tell me who it is. And then after we were done playing the game, she walked up to me and she said, Joe, who was it? And I told her, I wasn't gonna hold it back because it was just her there, and I told her, it was Carrie Mellon. And then she goes like this. Oh yeah, I can totally see that. And then I started cracking up laughing. And then this other boy said, you know, there's absolutely no one at this school who I can see doing that except her. And they said, of course it would be her. And I started laughing. And I said, well, she's not that bad. Geez, because a lot of people at that school didn't like her because she was always really strict. And then what ended up happening was, I told a couple other people about that too. Later that night, I went home, and there's this website called Yahoo Answers where you can post a question. Like if you have a question about something, and anyone on Yahoo Answers can answer it. So I posted a question. I still have the question saved. I'm going to read it to you right now. And you know, this is the interesting part, because someone actually explained the dream to me, and they explained why I had it too. So that's why I remember this dream so much. Okay. What causes dreams, and where do they come from? This is what I typed. This may be a long story, but there's this one teacher at my high school who's a really nice and polite lady who's always nice to everyone, but for some reason, well, she was stern, but she was still nice to everyone. But for some reason, almost all of my classmates, except me, hate her. She is somewhat stern sometimes, but she's never mean to anyone, and I never understood why they didn't like her. But I had a dream one night that I was in the school hallways and I heard her inside a classroom yelling at this one teacher who was trying to calm her down. Then she snared something in a demonic voice, and all the classmates ran out of the classroom screaming and terrified of her. Then she stomped door to door while screaming angrily, really mad and enraged, and started breaking stuff and destroying everything and throwing desks and lockers across the hall. It was just really weird because I don't know what caused me to have that dream. I thought dreams only come from thoughts, but before then, I could never imagine her doing something like that. What do you think caused this? Okay, so that's everything I typed on Yahoo Answers. And here's one answer that I got from someone. And this person, I'm assuming this person must have like a degree in psychology or something, because they seemed like an expert on all this. But let me read you the best answer, and I think it made perfect sense too. But hold on. Here's what someone answered. Your dreams come out of your mind. That's the same with everyone else's dreams. Simply put, your mind comes in two parts: the conscious or daytime mind and the subconscious mind or nighttime mind. The daytime mind stays very busy all day long with the usual business of living along with learning and the random thoughts that run through your mind. Your nighttime mind goes over all your daytime activities and thoughts of the day and tries to balance everything out so that you are happy and satisfied and can get a good night's sleep. In doing so, it sometimes gets a little bizarre. Okay, it kind of did, but okay, we're getting to the dream. Hold on. In the case of your nice teacher, your subconscious mind tried to answer the question of why no one likes her. It took the worst case scenario. She's demonic. While this may seem totally bizarre to your conscious mind of the day, it made perfect sense to your subconscious mind of the night. It is a very good reason not to like someone, don't you think? God, people on this site. Until you tell your subconscious mind that its answer was rejected, it will assume that you believe this to be true. Be prepared for more suggestions from your subconscious mind sometimes in the future. You know, that was very interesting, because, you know, I never understood dreams. Like, I dream about the craziest stuff. I never understood. I heard it. That was my first time ever hearing about the subconscious mind, because I posted that on there while I was in high school. And I did take up psychology in college and passed it with an A+, but that was my first time hearing of a subconscious mind, and you know, that makes perfect sense. That all really makes perfect sense. Like, my subconscious mind took worst case scenario. That's how my mind is. I do take the worst case scenario on a lot of stuff. So I definitely understand why I took the worst case scenario. She's demonic, and that's a very good reason not to like someone. But that dream was actually kind of scary when I had it. I mean, thinking about it now, it was funny. But when I was having that dream and when I saw her freaking out and throwing stuff, I was trying to get as far away from her as possible because I was scared she'd throw something at me next. And when I saw her body slamming the kids and ripping lockers off the walls and throwing them, and she was like howling out in this intense anger, and she was so angry that whole entire time, and it freaked me out. And I had no idea what she was angry about. But I don't think she's not demonic. I don't know. I never had any other dreams about her, but that whole dream was creepy. And okay, so also, I told a couple of not only my classmates, but I told a bunch of teachers about that dream I had too. But I didn't give them her name though. I didn't say which teacher it was or who it was. I just told them that I had a dream that one of the teachers at this school had a psychotic mental breakdown, that she flipped out, started throwing stuff, and was really pissed off and really angry. I told this to one of my to my social studies teacher while I was working, and I was working with her, and I said, I had this weird dream, and it was so scary. And I said, and it was so intense. She was so angry, and she was stomping across the hallways and destroying everything. Then my teacher told me this. Well, Joe, I'm honestly not surprised. That's what we all feel like doing after we get our paychecks. That's messed up. That made me laugh. That was too good. She said it like this. She said, well, Joe, I'm honestly not surprised. That's what we all feel like doing after we get our paychecks. Oh, God. Yeah, well, they honestly didn't feel like they were getting paid enough. If that's the case, geesh. Maybe that's something else the dream was trying to reveal to me. Maybe it was trying to show them that they work really hard and don't get paid enough. That could be it. God. So, I also told my adoptive mother about that dream. And a little more background info. My alternative school was right next to a psychiatric hospital for some reason. It was right next to a psychiatric hospital. And then my adoptive mom said, oh, well, if she ever gets that angry and gets that hysterical and mad, she better walk herself to that psychiatric hospital across the street then. And then I started cracking up laughing. And then I had this dream during my senior year of high school, so September of 2013, that's when I had it. During my graduation, Carrie Mellon was at the graduation, and then I said, that's her, that's the one I had the dream about. And my adoptive mom said, oh yeah, she looks like the type who would throw a temper tantrum. Gosh. That's what, and every time I saw her, I always imagined her stomping across that hallway. This is how, I'm going to show it to you guys again. This is how she was doing it. She had like her arms bent like this, and she was bent backwards, her head was up in the air, and she was hollering out in anger while she was stomping across each of the classrooms, destroying everything. She was like, ah! Like that. It was messed up and it was creepy too. I didn't know what she was so angry about. Well, now I have a theory. Maybe in the dream she was angry because she got her paycheck and they didn't pay her enough. That could be it. Wow. So yeah, please comment and share your thoughts on what I talked about. Tell me, did you ever have a crazy dream that you didn't know about, or that you didn't understand where it came from? Please let me know in the comments. And what do you think of that whole conscious mind and subconscious mind? Do you think that could help you explain the dream, or did it help you explain the dream? And what did you think of this dream? What if this would have happened? What if you would have had a dream about one of your teachers freaking out? Would you be afraid of them or something, or would you feel uncomfortable around them? Because I will tell you this, after I had that dream, I kind of felt uncomfortable around Carrie Mellon whenever she walked into a room, because I was always afraid she was going to start throwing a temper tantrum or start throwing a fit. And, yeah. So another thing, I posted the link to my Amazon wish list on Facebook and on Twitter, because the reason why I have an Amazon wish list is I'm trying to get more flash drives or hard drives for my computer, just as long as they hold at least 16 gigabytes. For my laptop computer, I bought it from some creepy person from I bought it from some person from Craigslist, and I don't recommend you guys do that. I had to meet up with them in person, but we did it at the police department, just in case they tried robbing me. I'd have a whole squad of police officers surrounding me. But I got it for $180, and it works perfectly fine. It plays all my Sims 2 games. It works with my video editing software. I haven't tried rendering any videos on it yet, but I'm going to. But it plays my Sims 2 games perfectly fine, and it plays Grand Theft Auto San Andreas perfectly fine. So this computer is perfect, but there's one downfall. It only has 500 gigabytes of space on it, and I have quite a bit of space left now, even after putting all my custom content from my Sims games on it and installing all my mods for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But I'm going to run out eventually once I start recording all the videos and everything. So, on my Amazon wish list, I requested a lot of flash drives, like 16 gigabyte flash drives. That's what I really want. But also, I requested a 4 terabyte external hard drive. Those would be extremely handy to have with this, so I can just plug them in. And any video work I do, because I always like keeping my footage all backed up and all saved and putting it on flash drives. Put it on a flash drive and like keep it archive all of it, because I don't like deleting stuff, because just in case I might lose it on YouTube, then it's gone for good. So that's what I like doing. So I have an Amazon wish list. You guys can order me some flash drives, or you can send me gift cards on Amazon too. There's a way you can contribute like gift card money to me on Amazon. You can just like type it in and then it'll send me a code and everything. So please do that. I'd be very grateful, and I definitely would give you shout outs in my episodes of Joe Winko talk as many times as possible. Definitely. And yeah. So that's that. And I also started a GoFundMe account because I'm saving up for external hard drives. I'll have the link to both of these in the description, and I'll put the links in the comments too. I'm saving up for 4 terabyte external hard drives for my laptop, because I don't always like to be sitting up on my computer all day in my bedroom. I'd much rather be able to do all of it on my laptop and like be downstairs or out at the beach. I don't even go to the beach. What the hell am I talking about? But like be downstairs, relaxing in a comfortable chair, filming my Sims 2 videos, and just having it all done on my laptop instead. That's what I should have gotten instead of a desktop computer, seriously. But it doesn't matter. I'm also saving up for a laptop travel case, just like if I go on a road trip, I can bring my computer with me and work on my Sims 2 movie stuff when I get bored on the road trip and everything. That'd be so awesome. So I'm saving up for one of those too. The laptop travel case I found was $70, but I have the fundraiser on GoFundMe and my Amazon wish list, so if any of you guys contribute, that'd be very helpful. And also with the GoFundMe account, I'm pretty sure like for people who do taxes and everything, I'm pretty sure if you donate any money to me on GoFundMe, you can write it off as a tax donation and you can get that money refunded to you and tax returns. I'm not exactly sure how that works. You'd have to double check on it. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, I mean, like, if you needed proof that you donated any money to me on my GoFundMe, like, you'd obviously would have it, because I'm pretty sure it sends you a receipt. Or I could send you a receipt. Yeah, I could. So, yeah, I gotta look into that and figure it out, because I'm not even sure how to receive payment on GoFundMe. But I'm gonna figure it all out, too. So, I'm going to start filming the rest of my episodes of The Rising Dead. I really want to get them all done right away because I have another Sims 2 horror series on the way called, it's called Fantasy Island, and I'm not going to tell you what it's all about, but it's going to be about me and my uncle, and it's coming soon. That's all I'm going to tell you. You just have to wait for it. So, yeah, that's on its way. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. And don't forget to post on my wiki site and donate to me on Amazon and on GoFundMe. So that's it. Peace out, people.